greatest of these is love. Doesn't matter how much faith you have in your marriage, doesn't matter how much hope you have for things to be better. It is the decision to love that will sustain you through it all.
Thank you, Pastor William. All right, now the drum roll starts. Would you face each other and join hands? All right, Scotty. Will you promise that as long as the two of you live, you will accept your privilege and responsibility as the spiritual head of your home? Will you be the initiator of spiritual matters, leading devotionals, setting an example of holy, godly living? Will you seek the Lord diligently concerning your family, to strive to keep your personal walk with Christ fresh, intimate, and up to date? Will you accept the responsibility of protecting your family from any threat to their physical, emotional, or spiritual well-being? Will you promise your priorities so to be the Lord first, Alaina second, your children third, and yourself last? Will you choose Alaina over any other woman who you've ever met or ever will meet for the rest of your life? As long as you live, will you do your very best to never raise your voice in a negative way, never belittle her, but rather encourage, edify, and inspire her? God's desire, Scotty, is that each of you give your bodies fully, totally, and unselfishly to the other to satisfy, fulfill, and love all the days of your lives. Do you so promise? Because of all these things, will you pledge your love, knowing it is a complex combination of these above qualities, and only perfected by Jesus Christ, who desires you both to experience all this and more of His wonderful grace? Scotty, having made these irrevocable vows, would you repeat after me? I, Scotty, take thee, Alaina, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part, according to God's holy ordinance. Alaina, will you pledge to Scotty to be a helpmate for life according to God's ordained plan for your lives together?
I will.
Will you always be an encourager in times of fruitfulness as well as disappointments?
I will.
Because of your respect for Scotty, will you pledge a submissive spirit according to the authority God has charged to the husband?
I will.
Will you pledge obedience to the decisions you will need to make jointly and individually?
I will.
Will you choose to support and comfort him as you learn and live out God's ways for your marriage?
I will.
Now, God's desire, Alaina, is that each of you give your bodies fully, totally, and unselfishly to the other to satisfy, fulfill, and love all the days of your lives. Do you so promise?
I will.
Now, because of all these things, will you pledge your love, knowing it is a complex combination of these qualities, and only perfected by Jesus Christ, who desires you both to experience all this and more of His wonderful grace?
I will.
Alaina, having made these irrevocable vows, repeat after me. I, Alaina, take thee, Scotty,
I, Alaina, take thee, Scotty,
to be my wedded husband,
to be my wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and cherish,
to love and cherish,
till death do us part,
till death do us part,
according to God's holy ordinance.
according to God's holy ordinance.